Welcome to Flip Lesson 120 for the 6th grade, their final lesson in the 6th grade book. Today we're looking at the volume of a cylinder. As we look at the volume of a cylinder, we first need to kind of just start off and use our imaginations just a little bit and help us solve this problem, understand this idea. So imagine that this cube here is not just a cube, but it's actually a block of clay, right? Clay, very easy to make impressions, different things like that. Now if I were to take this penny and if I were to push it down into that clay, right, I'd create a hole. And if I created that hole, if I were to think about it correctly, I would realize that I had just created a cylinder, right? And so by understanding that, right, I create something that looks like this, right? That hole looks like a cylinder. With that in mind, we can start understanding volume, right? We know that volume equals length times width times height. That's what we've understood for volume so far. And really, we understand that length times width equals the area. And then we can take the area times the height. And that's what we've used to solve for rectangular prisms and cubes and different things like that. But of course, a cylinder doesn't have those nice edges like a prism does. But we can still use this same idea to help us understand how to solve this. Because we have a circle, right, we know how to find the area of a circle. And so we can use that area of a circle and we can multiply by the height, and in the end we're going to get volume, right? And so really our formula for volume can be area of the face or the top, right, times the height. Okay, so similar in that concept. So in the end we come away with this problem, right? Volume equals pi r squared, because that's area, right? So here's our formula for area, A for area, times the height. And so with that in mind, we're able to solve this problem. So we have a volume with, we have a cylinder with a radius of 9 inches. So I'm going to take pi and I'm going to multiply by 9 squared, which of course is going to be 81. Right? And so from here, I'm able to solve step 1. And suddenly I have an answer of 254 and 34 hundredths. So now that I found the area, now let's multiply that number times the height. So we're going to multiply by 25. And by doing that calculation, I come up with an answer of 6,358 and 5/10. And so in the end, right, I want to make sure it's a volume, right? So I got to think about, okay, here's my number, 6,358.5. But now I need a label, right? We took a radius and we squared it. So that gives us our inches squared. But then we multiplied by another inch to get us our cubed inches. So we got to remember that volume is that cubic inch or inches cubed. Lesson 20, you get a short one, right? Following this formula is key to understanding volume and being able to figure out what is going on. So, can you find the volume of this soup can? That's it for lesson 120. We'll see you next time, I guess, when we're on lesson 1, 7th grade. Or maybe not. Dun, dun, dun. All right, that's it for Flip Lesson 20.